Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that some might call the financial mystery of our time, the new lower notes in Iraqi dinars. This change has sparked a lot of buzz, but there's more to it than meets the eye. These new notes are reportedly the most advanced form of security and intelligence available, but what does that mean for us? And why is it so crucial for the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, and Prime Minister Sudani to keep everything under wraps? Stick around as we unravel the secrets and significance behind these new lower notes and what they could mean for the exchange rate. Let's start by breaking down what these new lower notes actually are. These are updated versions of the Iraqi dinar, designed to replace the old currency and make transactions easier. But here's the twist: they haven't been fully unveiled to the public yet. The CBI and Prime Minister Sudani are taking extreme measures to keep any details about these notes tightly under wraps. But why all the secrecy? When it comes to currency changes, even the smallest leak can trigger huge market shifts. Imagine if word got out about the design or color of the new notes, just that tiny detail could spark speculation and panic, shaking the economy. The CBI knows that launching these new notes will require a revised exchange rate, too. Right now, the exchange rate is 1,310 Iraqi dinars to $1, but this might not hold once those new lower notes are introduced. There's a lot of talk about what the new exchange rate might be, and if it's not rolled out carefully, any slip-up could lead to some serious consequences. It's kind of like planning a surprise party. If your guests catch wind of the theme early, the excitement dies down. The same principle applies to the financial markets. And let's not forget the psychological aspect. If people start getting nervous about their money, they might pull out their old currency and hoard it, leading to shortages and making the whole transition even trickier. So, what's the plan to prevent any leaks? Well, first off, tight control over meetings and discussions is a must. Keeping the circle small is key. Employees also need to be trained on the risks of leaking confidential information, with past examples of financial crises used to highlight the consequences. And of course, building trust with the public is essential. The CBI needs to keep people updated on the process without giving too much away. People want to feel involved, but also reassured that everything is under control. But it's not just about Iraq. The global impact of these changes can't be ignored. Other countries will be watching closely. If Iraq handles this well, it could boost international confidence and attract foreign investment. But if it goes south, well, that could signal instability. So, every detail really does matter. At the end of the day, these new lower notes aren't just pieces of paper, they represent economic strategy and national pride. So, that's why the secrecy is so crucial. It's not just about currency, it's about maintaining stability and security. Only time will tell how the new notes and a potential revised exchange rate will shake out, but everyone's waiting with bated breath. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the US executive order on cryptocurrencies. When President Trump signed this order, it set the stage for big changes in how banks handle digital assets. As cryptocurrency continues to grow, regulation becomes essential for security and stability. This could mean easier access for everyday investors to crypto, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, what exactly does the order entail? Well, first, it addresses how banks can interact with cryptocurrencies, things like lending, trading, and storing digital assets. It also includes consumer protections, which is a big deal because we've all heard the horror stories about crypto scams. With these regulations in place, banks could open up new avenues for people to invest in digital currencies with more confidence. As we approach January 27, 2025, when the regulations take effect, it's a good idea to start preparing. Educate yourself about cryptocurrencies. There are plenty of online courses, webinars, and reading materials to get you started. Know the difference between coins and tokens, and familiarize yourself with how blockchain technology works. Also, keep an eye on reputable exchanges and wallets, as experts will be sharing tips on the best places to invest. Security is another key area to focus on. As crypto becomes more mainstream, the risk of cyber threats grows. So, make sure you're using two-factor authentication and consider hardware wallets to keep your digital assets safe. Now, let's think about the broader economic impact. With banks now offering crypto services, we could see new job opportunities pop up, from blockchain developers to crypto compliance officers. This could also lead to a rise in startups focused on cryptocurrency solutions. And don't forget about taxes. Make sure you understand how cryptocurrency transactions will be taxed and talk to a professional to stay on the right side of the law. Have you thought about how this might affect day-to-day transactions? Imagine being able to buy your morning coffee with Bitcoin. Local businesses might jump on the crypto bandwagon, too, to attract new customers. But what about traditional banks? Some experts argue that the rise of crypto could disrupt the banking system, but will people fully trust digital currencies over the traditional ones? That's still up in the air. So, what do you think about the secrecy surrounding Iraq's new lower notes and the potential for a revised exchange rate? Do you think the CBI and Prime Minister Sudani can keep everything under wraps until the big reveal? And how do you feel about President Trump's executive order on cryptocurrencies? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Economic expert Nabil Al-Masoumi warned, today, Tuesday, of the danger of covering the high financial deficit in the 2025 budget with internal debts. Al-Masoumi said in an interview with Al-Maluma Agency, the state's public expenditures are constantly increasing, and therefore the budget deficit continues. The financial budgets after 2003 included a planning deficit of a certain amount, and then when the budget is implemented, there is a surplus. He indicated that we noticed in the financial budget for the year 2024 a deficit of more than 20 trillion dinars, which is an actual deficit, not a hypothetical or speculative one. He added that this matter leads to an increase in the internal debt, which has become 83 trillion dinars after it was around 70 trillion dinars, noting that covering the financial deficit in the budget through the internal debt is the source of danger in Iraq today and causes great burdens and weakens the state's financial capacity, as well as casting a shadow over the general economic movement in the country. It is noteworthy that the amendment of the financial budget for the current year is witnessing a lot of controversy, especially with the delay in sending the budget tables to Parliament until today, while representatives confirm that they will not vote to pass the law unless some of its paragraphs are reconsidered, including Article 12 related to the costs of extracting oil from the Kurdistan region and dealing with